Y'all, after harassing the food stamp office for so long, they finally gave me some damn food stamps, y'all. Wow! I'm looking for the amount, but I don't see it. So I'm finna call the card and see how much I got on this motherfucker. Thank you for calling the Mississippi EBT Cardholder Service Center. The moment of truth. Your SNAP balance is $8. Please be aware that card programs... $8? How the eight motherfucker? I did all that work for $8 bitch. What the fuck can I get with $8? A snack? You know the fuck what? I will be calling early in the motherfucking morning, cause $8 y'all got me fucked up. Yeah.
Good morning, y'all. Do you know what time it is? It's early in the morning, of course. Yes, I know that. But it is time to go back to DES office for my mid-approval. So, come join me at the DS office to go ahead and get my mid-approval for my food stamps. Let's go. All done.
Well, y'all, I got in and out fast. The wait was long, but it only took 10 minutes. It's 8:10 now.
Let's get out of here right now. Why would someone park like that? That was such... Let me tell y'all something. When y'all out here selling your food stamps, food stamp math is you have $200, you get $100. You don't charge nobody $150 for $200. You know why? Because they need the $200 and you, more importantly, need that $100. I don't know. This little new y'all getting greedy.
But fraud don't exist. People been doing this forever. And we've always known about it. And it's always been acceptable. And it's always been marketed. But we try to act like the fraud doesn't exist. I think that's funny. And see, now what she's saying is that there are fluctuations in the market rate, right? Like food stamps has its own little ecosystem, its own little economy. So it's also experiencing a bit of inflation. And so now the conversions have started to convert. And this is what we have. And she's coming on here complaining that she can't participate in the fraud in the way that she's used to any longer. Ma'am, it's like a cognitive dissonance when we think of the fact that if you're working with somebody and you're fudging things and being fraudulent on your tax returns or something, then you could be liable, you could be culpable as well. You could go down with them if you were involved in it. But we don't think that that can also be the case if you're involved in it at this level and you're showing that you have the intention. You had the intention to participate. Ultimately, what I want to know is, why do we decide to implicate ourselves in things, even if you didn't have any legal liability towards it? Why couldn't you have just kept that in the dark and just done your dirt and kept it to yourself? Y'all, before we get back into it, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype.
You don't charge nobody $150 for $200. You know why? Because they need the $200 and you, more importantly, need that $100. I don't know. This little new y'all getting greedy. Y'all try to upcharge. Y'all talking about inflation. It don't apply to you. You're doing shit you ain't supposed to be doing anyway, and then you want to talk about inflation. It don't apply to you. I need you to stick to the rules, how it started. Don't be doing all this stuff. Oh, you know, hard times is hard. Shut the fuck up. Give people what they need at the right cost. Do the right math.
Attention food stamps recipients, your SNAP benefits might be changing starting October 1st, 2024. Now, this is going to affect millions of people, so you may want to pay attention to this. If you know somebody that is on SNAP or you are on SNAP benefits yourself, this is critical information that you need to know. Now, what I'm about to talk about is going to go into effect starting October 1st, 2024 to September 30th, 2025. Now, each year, obviously 40 million people are on SNAP benefits right now. Yes, 40 million people are on food stamps, and each year your food stamp benefits are adjusted based on cost of food. So if food prices go up, your SNAP benefits are adjusted up. Now, over the last couple of years, inflation has gone up significantly, so you've seen big increases in SNAP benefits. Well, for 2024, 2025, the USDA just announced the food stamps increase, which is going to affect essentially everybody that's on food stamps. Attention, food stamps recipients, your SNAP.
I think I had been hearing about the increase. I believe it was like just $1 or so that it was getting increased, something like that. But we can find that out because he really didn't go in depth. So let's get that information. Okay, so we got the information, and it looks like I was correct. So every October, SNAP food stamp benefits usually get a small increase because of the annual cost of living adjustment, COLA for short, and the increase is usually tied to inflation and food prices. The new amounts usually start October 1st each year. So this is common, and I didn't know this. Here's a few little key nuggets. The maximum SNAP benefit for a household of one in most states increased to about $298 a month. Now, here's what I said when I said it increased $1. It says the minimum benefit increased from $23 to $24 for small households in most states. So a lot of people were expecting a huge increase, but the 2025-2026 jump was actually pretty small compared to the big pandemic era increases. So when the grocery stores had those increases that were just astronomical, right? And most households only saw a few extra dollars unless their income or household size changed. And at the same time, we got to remember, we had all these changes come down as well. So they had a small increase, but remember, they've got stricter work requirements now for some adults. They've got changes to their eligibility, right? And also, we still have future possible cuts still being discussed politically. I believe they wanted to cut, I think it was 40 billion. I think that was the proposal. I believe it's to cut it 40 billion. And then, of course, I'm sure they're going to continue to cut it down the line. But let's go ahead and get back into it.
My food stamps just got.
Her caption says, my food stamps just got cut from $3,000 to $800.
Cut from a little over $3,000 a month to $800 a month, and I'm pregnant with my 9th child, and I genuinely don't know how I'm gonna pay the grocery bill. The money we saved by having the government pay for our groceries, we were using to pay for our mortgage. But now, if we're gonna have to use our mortgage money to eat, I don't know how we're gonna make it. It's not possible for me to go out and get a job right now because I'm pregnant with my 9th child and it's currently summer break. So if I were to get a job, I would have to send all 8 of my other kids to daycare, which I can't afford, and I don't have any marketable skills to where I can make a job that would be paying more than the daycare cost. I have 6 different baby daddies and I've tried going to all of them to ask for more child support, and only one of them has offered to give me an extra $100 a month, which I'm grateful for that, but it's not enough to take care of all of my kids. I'm planning on taking the baby daddy that I know makes the most money back to court to see if I can get a little bit more of his income, but I can't afford to take every baby daddy back to court to get more money. So I'm in such a bind right now.
Man, I tell you, man, you can't win for losing. So the baby daddy that's been making, aside from her, has been probably making the better decisions in life, right? Doing the right things and getting themselves together. She done cherry picked him out of her 6 or 7 baby daddies, whatever she said. She done cherry picked that guy because she knows the other guys, it's not even worth the time to try to get a little bump in their income. And it sounds like she's already getting child support. But now, just because he makes a lot of money, she's trying to see if she can get an increase, not because it's the fair thing to do, but just because she decided to get pregnant again and she don't want to go to work. That's what I just heard. She don't want to go to work. Listen, ma'am, you want to talk about you don't got no marketable skills. Yeah, well, there's a thing that you can still do to bridge the gap without marketable skills. It's called work 3 jobs and you have none of your free time if you don't have marketable skills. That's what you do. But see, she has a out because she's deciding to keep having all these kids. And I feel like that's not an out. That you just have a bigger problem that you got to work out. But I don't believe that you should be able to say, I'm creating all these problems for myself. So instead of me sitting here trying to figure out what I can do, literally what I can do, you looked at it like, okay, here's what I can do. I can do what it's going to take to make him do more. And I'm going to cherry pick the most financially stable guy. And this is malicious. This is egregious. And I think this is crazy. I think this is crazy. And this is clearly a decision. And it's like, how should we deal with these people? How should we deal with these people who are clearly and maliciously taking advantage and just living however the heck they want? Because I feel like this is negligence. This is child negligence. And here's why. Listen, if you already had 8 kids and you were struggling, I feel like you don't give a ish about the kids if you then go and have another one. I get it. Once the kid's here, we love him. Cool. But we don't know him right now. But what we do know factually is having him is going to make things harder on them. And your obligation is to them. So in my mind, if you had 3 kids and you were struggling, when you kept having more, you were being negligent. And in my mind, you weren't thinking of those 3 kids because like you get your own room. But last time I checked, I don't think that you have a 9-bedroom house. So now these kids is going to be all uncomfortable, living on top of each other, and just having to go through this struggle and not being able to enjoy a regular childhood because you just want to have impulsive fun. And we need to, this is crazy at this point.
Understanding why I'm not getting the blessings that everybody keeps fucking
Her caption says $23K in food stamps for a year. That's a lot.
up. Because first it was a lady who needs to get a job so that she can inherit her $12 million. And I'm just like, why that's not me? I'm doing a job. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? Honestly speaking, I'll go work for her. I'll go to her job for her if she give me half of that. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of it, I just found out this one lady just got her food stamps canceled because she was dumping out pop in the parking lot to return for cash. I'm confused. If somebody can explain that to me. But she's like, yeah, so they, took my food stamps away from me and they said I got to repay all of my benefits. And I got $23,000 last year. In food stamps? $23,000 in food stamps, ma'am? Ma'am, explain that to me. Because if we're thinking about it, that's over $1,000 a month because it's 12 months in a year. I don't know if she said for the full year that was it a whole year she was on it? Was that more than a year? Because if you're getting $2K for food stamps, why I can't be on it? I'm not understanding why I'm not getting the.
Keep in mind too, that's straight cash. That's straight cash. You could spend, if you're getting that much, you could spend all of that, right? See, for other people, let's say you make 40K a year. Man, you don't get to see that 40K, that whole 40K, especially if you're single. We're going to get taxed. So imagine you get that amount of money. And this is pretty much free and clear. And by clear, I mean it's even clear at the tax threshold. This is net. This is not gross. Gross is pre-tax money. It would be the 40K. But then net would be what you would really get. And let's say after you get tax, Medicaid, Social Security, you keep 35K, right? Conservatively. So they get to spend all this money. And then you still mess it up. You still mess it up somehow. I don't remember how she said that she messed it up. I can't believe you lose it just because was she saying that they were wasting food and so that was caught and then they took her benefits because she was wasting food or something? Is that against the guidelines? I don't know, but that is a big chunk to just have allocated towards food. And we have to remember this too. And this is how people can live so comfortably on these programs. If you're getting that much in benefits, come on now. You know, you know you're stacking these things. You know you're stacking it. That's not the only thing. A lot of people don't know that people get receiving government assistance a lot of times get cash balances as well. So you may have food stamps over here, cash balance over here, i.e., food stamps, of course, is designated strictly for food, but a cash balance you can use on anything. You can use on your car insurance, your car repairs, clothes for your kids, clothes for you. You could use on it getting your hair done. It's a cash balance. It can be used in cash. And then let's not even address if they have Section 8. Very comfortable. Would you want to give that up? Would you have any intention or plans on giving that up? If it's just that cushy, that easy? Most people wouldn't. And even her, somebody who's not even on the program, she's still tempted. She's still tempted just by the idea when she heard those numbers. I guarantee you she went home and started researching and seeing what she needed to do. And then what they find out is you got to be like the last lady and you got to have 9 kids. And so let's hope she doesn't go down that route. But a lot of people who don't have critical thinking, they see that as a viable opportunity and they execute on that opportunity.
If you get EBT, listen up. So y'all, I was at Sam's Club the other day.
Her caption just says EBT fraud or food stamp fraud, excuse me. And then the description just says they're stealing EBT food stamps.
Get groceries like normal. I was doing the scan and go, getting ready to check out. And it's telling me that I only got $6.01 in my account. And I was like, no way. I literally just got a deposit on the 13th. So I went and checked the app. And lo and behold, y'all, look at this. Y'all, somebody in Windy City Food Market, Chicago, swiped my card for hundreds of dollars. They even flagged it in the app. So as y'all can see right there, it gave me the option to contact your state. So that's exactly what I had did. And when you contact them, all they telling you that they can do is cancel your card and send you out a new card. And also that you need to go to your defects office and let them know about the fraud. So honey, as soon as I woke up this morning, I put my clothes on and I went straight over there to their defects office. Y'all, me and another lady had walked in at the same time and was standing in line. She was in front of me. Y'all tell me why the exact same thing happened to her. But instead of them pulling it off in one large increment, they was taking hers from her by $100 till they cleared the card out. But they took mine, like they just cleared my whole thing out. You know, I'm thinking they finna tell her, okay, fill out this form. We're going to get you some replacement food stamps. Y'all tell me why this lady said that no. They stopped the replacement stamps on December 20th, December 24th, something like that in 2024. But they not doing that this year. So I'm basically like, I know if they telling her that they can't do nothing for her, they gonna tell me the same thing. And that's exactly what she did. All she said that they can recommend us to do is to start locking our cars. I'll put the
I know somebody in the comment section is gonna bring up her nails. I don't usually harp on those things. I don't usually bring it up because you never know. But I know somebody's gonna be like, she got her nails done. But yeah, I mean, this has been going on like crazy. And by this, I'm referring to the food stamp fraud where people are basically stealing people's benefits when a clock strikes 12. A lot of times what they'll do is as soon as it hits, they'll just go ahead and steal it right there. And I actually reviewed a case a while ago, where this woman was basically having a course on teaching people how to basically swipe people's food stamps. She had a food stamp course and she had a group chat where they were showing, like where they were talking about stealing people's food stamps off their cards, like stealing their balances off their card. And that was pretty insane. So yeah, this definitely goes on. It happens, but we can address the elephant in the room, no pun intended. And the elephant in the room is she can't even, there's no way she's even 30. There's no way she's even 30. I can't see it. She's she's taking up most of the camera space. So I cannot observe whether or not there is a car seat in the back. That's what I'm looking for. See, I've had to develop some best practices when people are on these benefits of what I need to be looking for and what are the key indicators that will indicate what we need to know. And so I'm looking for the um I'm looking for the baby carriage or whatever in the back. But it was funny, man. I did a review one time and this dude had a sound effect that it was like Dora Explorer when they're like backpack, backpack. But he put on there, he was like big back, big back. Yeah. So her back is blocking my view of being able to observe whether or not there is a car seat. But she doesn't have mother energy. I'm gonna be honest. She doesn't really seem nurturing. So I don't think she has kids. That's just my inference. So it's like, why are you on these programs? Why are you on assistance is what I really want to know.
Website down where they say you can lock your card at if this haven't happened to you yet. But yeah, but y'all, they not doing no replacement food stamps. So basically it's like if you get your food stamps taken, that's it. Y'all tell me why it was another lady that walked in there and said the exact same place took her food stamps too. The Windy City Food Market in Chicago took her food stamps too, just how they did mine. And this was also on the Atlanta news, this happening to another lady. Y'all, they are out here stealing our food stamps, and the people are telling us that they not going to do nothing about it. Now, with this happening to so many people, I'm sure they're going to have to do something, because when we was at the place, the lady said that they've been coming in here going crazy. Like, people are getting their food stamps taken in my area, like back to back to back to back to back, and there's nothing that they can do. Now, me, I'm finna go file a police report. And they gave me this little paper to report it as fraud. I'm finna try to do that. But I'm finna go file a police report because, y'all ain't finna just...
So look, right? They stole her food stamps. They stole her food stamps. So if you're as destitute as what you really let on and what you said, then doesn't that mean that you're not alive anymore? You starved, right? You starved. You were on your last leg and they done took your money that you needed for that month. So you missed some meals. Oh man. Okay, well, looks like she's still alive. Looks like she figured it out. I'm on her profile. Looks like she's still well and alive. She got a pool in her backyard. So allegedly, maybe that's not her backyard. She allegedly has a pool in her backyard. It's a lot of stuff with her pool or with this pool. So it's like you was able to figure it out is ultimately what I'm saying. So do you really need these things? Because it looks like you can figure it out just like all of us are doing, which is what you're really just supposed to do in life, which leads to me believing that you really don't need it. And again, you remember I made my inference, right? I don't see any. Okay, she might have one kid. But he looks old enough to be able to, I don't know. I'm not going to assume. But okay, it looks like she has one child.
Benefits are changing. So if you currently receive SNAP benefits or you're thinking about applying for benefits in the very near future, you need to watch this video. But look at this right here. It says SNAP rule changes. Work requirements go into effect on Monday. Here's what you need to know. Now, this is something that the Trump administration did in the One Big Beautiful Bill. They made it so able-bodied Americans will actually go back to work, not just staying at home and receiving SNAP benefits and other things. And I understand a lot of people are struggling to get back to work for whatever reason. Some can't work for because of disabilities and things like that. And that's what this program's for. But I want to show you the changes here. Look at this right here. It says, Changes to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program brought on by the passage of the big, beautiful bill last month are scheduled to go into effect on Monday. It says DHS officials said they are still waiting for information from the federal government on how states must implement the changes. There's a lot.
So two things, right? What do most people say? Oh, people on food stamps, why do y'all think that they're not working? They are working. So the first thing is that, okay, well then it shouldn't matter either way, right? See, but what I found is that people still want to have the option to not work, and not just have the option to not work, but be incentivized to not work. And then they'll even adjust their attitude at work. And by adjust their attitude, I mean they'll negatively adjust their attitude, and they'll feel like, well, I don't need this job anyway, because if I quit this job or get fired from this job, my food stamps are just going to get maximized anyway. And they're so quick to get in that office and let them know when they lost their job. But you know what they're not quick to do? When they get a job, they're not quick to go and report that to the office and get their food stamp balances dialed back. So that's the first thing. Now, the second thing is, like he was saying, yes, it is a hard job market. I'm never going to not give that. It's a hard job market for a lot of reasons. But here's the thing. The work requirements, yes, it says work in the title, but you actually have a multitude of options. You can go and volunteer. Remember, this is only 20 hours a week, 80 hours a month, which is literally like what? 4 hours a day. You can go and volunteer. You can go in, you can do a work, you can do work training, job training, like do something online or something. I'm sure when you're going through government programs or local, state, whatever, they'll usually have some type of portal that will allow you to do all the free job training in the world, and it'll track it for you so that you have those hours, which is good, which is what you should be doing. Again, you can just go to work. You got options, and this still doesn't qualify to everybody. The work requirement still doesn't just hit everybody blanketed. There are exceptions for people who have exceptional circumstances, but you should want to go and volunteer. The taxpayers are volunteering their taxes to go to individuals. The majority is given to individuals. So why don't you want to volunteer? As well as the fact that if it is so hard to find a job, guess what? Then that means you need to get out in circles, go volunteer, go get some goodwill, get some good karma, as well as get around other people. Maybe go volunteer at your local church. A lot of people start to know your situation. And guess what? That can be the easiest way to get an opportunity, just by someone that you run across in passing, in doing charitable work. And then maybe they get an opportunity, or they know of an opportunity, and then they can pass that on to you. And voila, you can get a job that way, but you should also still be applying. So if you got multiple pots cooking in the kitchen, then I think that then it would be a better thing. But at the very least, shoot, you're still volunteering, you're still helping out, and you're contributing just as you are being contributed to.
I found out my food stamps, they locked me out of my card. I couldn't get in my account, and so they usually deposit on the 19th, mine's just the 30th. And I couldn't, with Christmas and everything, I couldn't get in my account because apparently it locked me out or some BS. So then when I finally went up there and got put into my account, I get in my account, whoopty whoop, I'm ready to go buy groceries. Zero balance. 0.00 dollar. So, in other words, I'm fucked. So that was really what I was gonna hold on to, which I don't even get that much. I get like 200, I think, 250 bucks. But that really helps with like my formula that I have to buy for my daughter and things like that. And I'm really trying to hold everything together, but what is this world, you know? I'm broke as I'll get out, and I'm trying to be a good person, but it seems like the only way you can freaking do anything is it seems all the people that I know that are either freaking drug dealers or pieces of shit that don't take care of their kids or beat on them or do whatever the hell, they get like $800 in food stamps and like $6,000 back. They're lying, but not important. But I tell them, I tell all my stuff correctly. I'm correct on all my things. I'm honest. I tell them how much and I get fucked. I'm about to be a scammer. Scammers get scammed, but my heart wouldn't let me do that. Like, my heart won't let me. My integrity is too strong, and I really hate that about myself. But I also love it at the same time, and it's just so frustrating because I just want my kids to have an amazing life, and I'm fucking broke.
Oh my gosh. I heard her say the baby formula. I thought it was going to be one kid. But then she said kids. Before I make an assumption, let me go and look. I've been starting to do a little bit more, due diligence when I'm looking at these things. And yes, it's confirmed. Allegedly. It's allegedly confirmed. What is confirmed? It looks like kids, no man. And we can make assumptions that it just didn't work out right. There are outliers, of course. I'm not going to address outliers. In general, because she said, what is this world coming to where scammers and all these people get the stuff and I just have integrity? And I'll be thinking, what is this world coming to as well? But I'll be thinking about it in her situation. What is this world coming to where we got all these broken families? That's what I want to know. Did you know, like, if you have some kids, like, that should be a strong incentivization for you to stay with your family and for y'all to just figure it out however you can. What is this world coming to where, and it always seems like immediate. Think about this. She says she has to get baby formula. What is this world coming to where you have a newborn baby, or even in some cases, we see people who are still presently pregnant and then they're single. What is this world coming to where you just conceived a child or are in the process of conceiving a child and all of a sudden y'all fall out and can't work it out? What is this world? Like, ideally, you should already be solidified when you're doing that. What is this world coming to where people just keep on making these decisions and we can see it all around us happening and people aren't recognizing the pattern and making the adjustment? And she said that she's got kids, so she's been here before. That's what I'd be thinking about. What is this world coming to? And we got to start bringing it up because we see it a lot. It's happening a lot, but at the same time, it's not. And it's a lot of people who are recognizing the pattern and who are not falling into that and making sure that they have more preparation as well as more intention before they make permanent decisions.
Honey, I ain't the one to gossip, but
So she said, her caption says, you probably can't see it, but basically what it says is woman accused of stealing nearly $37,000 in SNAP benefits. That's what she's focusing on. This is not content.
so can y'all stop saying it's us? Can y'all stop saying we the one that be doing all this stuff?
Oh, that's her point.
That we're criminals and thieves. Can y'all include them sometime too? Can y'all say that all races can be considered, well, some people in some races can be considered criminal and thieves? Because y'all see how much it was? That wasn't no chump change. Oh, what I wouldn't do with $37,000 on food stamps. My God, today. Steaks for everybody.
Y'all, let me tell y'all something about food stamps and Medicaid. Let me give y'all some.
This caption says, point of view from a food stamp caseworker.
Advice. When y'all are doing y'all renewals, please do your renewal on time. Because once it's not on time, it's not our fault. It belongs to y'all. Second thing is, answer the phone when you have an interview. Because then y'all want to be seen like it's our fault that we don't answer the phones once y'all call us back. We get swamped with interviews. We literally have a lot of interviews. So we can't just keep answering the phone for the people that want to call us 10, 15 times within 5 minutes. I'm on the phone with another client. There's nothing that I can do but reschedule you at my earliest convenience. But y'all get mad. Y'all want to cuss us out. Y'all want to boo boo boo. Guess what? They ain't got nothing to do with me. Answer your phone. You have a 30-minute period. Once we schedule your interview, you got 30 minutes. Within that 30 minutes, try to call us back within that 30 minutes. Because after that 30 minutes, we move on to the next client. But y'all be mad. I work for these people, and I also get food stamps because I'm a big family. I have 5 children, so I'm a family of 6. So I also get benefits. But
Ain't that a conflict of interest? She back there working magic on them figures for her family of 6. Ma'am, why are you a family of 6? Hold on. Remember, we like to do a little more due diligence now. Please let there be a man. Please. He said a family of 6. R.I.P. That's her brother. Oh my goodness. Yep. No man in sight. It's a lot of kids in sight. But I don't see no family picture or nothing. No man. A family of 6. A single family of 6. And see, that's probably, well, I guess, here's what we got to think about, right? I guess I didn't even have to do all this due diligence because would she really be getting food stamps if there was a man in the house anyway? Right? It does happen. There are families on government assistance and receiving benefits, but it's not very common. And a lot of times it's not worth it because then it would then limit that man for him to be able to work as hard as he can to provide for his family.
I know that I'm going to answer my phone at all times because, baby, we need them. Clock that T. We need them. Period. But just be mindful of how y'all talk to these caseworkers because, baby, we are human too. And just like y'all need help, we need help too. It ain't nothing to just be very mindful and just be more nicer because it ain't our.
Here's the thing, man. Again, another situation that is just insane. 6 kids. I'm going to be honest. I don't care if you have a man. Why do y'all have 6 kids and you need government assistance? And with you working in the food stamp office, I would think that you've seen enough cases to where you would know not to do that. Did you start working there after the case? Like, was that a plan? Like, oh yeah, we're going to get in here. It's going to be an inside job. And we just going to run it up to the moon. I don't understand, but people decide to make these decisions for whatever reason, but then they can't handle it. And they need another entity, an external force to then come and be responsible for it. Y'all, we'll leave it there for the day. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video, hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And because I am a smaller creator, a smaller channel, we get more points per hype. And hype was designed for smaller channels, so that's why we get more points. But if you run into a video that's over 7 days old, then you probably won't see the hype button there anymore. So it usually goes away after 7 days as far as you having the option. So it's usually best practice. If you want to spend a hype with me, then go ahead and just hype while the iron is hot. And then also Patreon's link below if you want to see self-improvement content as well. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.